Sabon! Don't support apartheid.
Boycott apartheid. Like what?
I mean, I'm not really representative of LPA,
No, but
right?
I like just to have people saying why they come to these demos. So why are you here?
Yeah, I'm here because I think that what Israel has done to the Palestinians throughout history since 1948 and ever since has been utterly atrocious. The crimes go on and on and on. You can just mention the right of return of the refugees alone, 700 to 800,000 people ethnically cleansed who have still not been allowed to return. It's monstrous, and you look at the occupation, you look at the way Palestinians in Israel are treated, you look at Israel's wars in Gaza and in Lebanon and things they do in the West Bank and murders and under the occupation and expelling people from their homes even now. I think we have to be out here. I think that this is a responsibility that all of us in the world, and especially in the Western world that is so integral to supporting Israel, it's our responsibility to be out here, I think. And so I try to do my part, and I think that everybody has a part to play in this as well.
Great. And you've done this in Canada as well, yeah?
Yeah, I was involved for a few years with a group called Solidarity for Palestinian Human Rights in Canada. They have a few chapters across the country. Good group, and there's lots of groups out here in London too, so it's good. I like making that international connection.
What do you think of Trudeau? Do you think he'd be better than Harper? No, it couldn't be worse, could he?
Couldn't be worse, it's true. So far his record on this issue has not been much better. There was a resolution at the United Nations, I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was one of those very typical restatements of condemnation against Israel. And much like under the Harper years, Canada was one of, I think it was 6 countries in the entire world that voted against this, including Israel and the United States, and a few of the key Israeli allies, but where overwhelming majority of countries in the world voted in favor or abstained. Canada, once again, like it did on Harper, and this was after Trudeau got elected, stood in favor of continued continually allowing Israel to do as it pleases, and so.
But does he rely on support from, his backers? Are they particularly Zionist, or it's more left? Left to centre, or he's central mostly, isn't he?
He's center left, we call him. But unfortunately, as far as major political parties in Canada are concerned, there's more or less a pro-Israel consensus. It just varies in the degree to which people are supportive of Israel. So even the further left party of the NDP is still generally supportive of Israel. And Trudeau's no different. There's a very big Zionist lobby in Canada, much like in the United States, which forces this political consensus, and Trudeau hasn't broken with it. So yeah, on that issue, I don't see him as very much better than Harper at all.
That's a shame. Anyway, thank you very much for what you're doing, and all the very best.
Yeah, likewise.
Cheers.